Welcome to my parlor, and a very Merry Christmas to you. And now, as a perfect gentleman and host, I will read one of my favorite Christmas tales, How the Bitch Stole Gristmas. Every troll in Alternia liked Gristmas a lot, but Vriska, who lived in the north of Alternia, did not. That girl hated Gristmas, the whole Gristmas season. Now please don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason. It could be, perhaps, that her luck had run out. It could be, perhaps, a bad case of the gout. But I think the most likely reason to pitch was that she was, undoubtedly, blah blah, a huge bitch. But whatever the reason, the temperament or gout, Gristmas was something she would gladly live without, staring down from her hive with a sour arachnid smirk at the trolls down below with their happy Gristmas work.
And they're hanging their grist socks.
She snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Gristmas. It's practically here.
Then she sneered with her robot fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to keep Gristmas from coming. For tomorrow I know all those troll girls and boys will wake in the moonlight. They'll rush for their toys. And then, oh the noise, noise! And there's one thing I hate, all the noise! Then the trolls young and old will sit down to a feast, and they'll feast, and they'll feast, and they'll feast. They'll feast on grub pudding and rare murder beast. Murder beast is a feast I can't stand in the least. And then they'll do something I hate most of all. Every troll in Alternia, the tall and the small, they'll stand close together, every loose eye and daughter, and with weapons drawn, they'll all start their slaughter. And they'll kill, and they'll kill, and they'll kill.
And the more Vriska thought of their murderous thrill, the more that she thought,
I must stop them. I will. Why, for too many sweeps I've put up with it now. I've got to stop Gristmas from coming. But how?
Then she got an idea. A bitchy idea. Vriska had a terribly bitchy idea.
I know just what to do.
Vriska laughed in her throat.
I'll make a quick troll Santa hat and a coat.
And she giggled and laughed.
What a smart girl am I! I'll ruin this Gristmas and make those trolls cry. All I need is a killdeer.
The girl looked around, but since killdeer are scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the bitch? The bitch simply said,
If I can't find a killdeer, I'll make one instead.
So she took her friend Tavros and grabbed some spare thread, and she tied tacky antlers to the horns on his head. Then she loaded some bags she just knew she would need on her pachu-powered sleigh. Then she called for her steed. Then the bitch yelled,
Advance!
The sleigh blasted down toward the hives where the trolls lay a snooze in their town. All their windows were dark, no one knew of her plans. Not a dream would be found in their soaped think pans.
This is stop number 1.
The foul spider bitch hissed, and she climbed up the roof, empty bags in her fist. Then down the fume incarcerator she slid with a smirk. This whole Santa thing was quite easy work. She never got stuck, not even a bit. The bitch was quite svelte, you'd have to admit. Then she saw the grist stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings,
she hissed,
are the first things to go.
Then she flitted and danced with a grin most unpleasant around the whole room, and she took every present. Hand scythes and sickles and lances and guns, weapons for all of the Lucine sons. And she stuffed them in bags, then with ladylike brute, shoved all the bags up the human incarcerator chute. The thermal hole was up next. She took the troll's feast. She took the grub pudding. She took the murder beast. She cleaned out the hall in less than a blink. She only left dirty old Faygo for the trolls to drink. She stuffed all the food up the fume chute with glee.
Now,
Grinned the bitch.
I will stuff up the tree.
As the girl took the tree, carried it forth with a swish, she heard a small glub, like the sound of a fish. And she turned around fast, and she saw a small troll, young Pfeffery Paishes, who was out for a stroll. She stared at the bitch and said,
Troll Santa, why? You're stealing our Glubby and Gristmas tree. Why?
But you know, that Vriska was smart and was sly, and figured, since it was Christmas, the girl might as well die.
Why, my sweet little girl.
The fake troll Santa said.
It's my weapon for killing and leaving trolls dead. So I'm grabbing it now, getting started quite soon. In fact, I'll kill you by the light of the moon.
She was through with the questions. She bashed in her head, and she slit the girl's throat, and left her for dead. And when Pfeffery Paishes was dead on the floor, Vriska grabbed the whole tree, and she rammed down the door. Then she called down her steed, and prepared soon to leave, not caring that soon a Lucis might grieve, all from a murder on late Christmas Eve. And the one speck of food that was left in the house was the Faygo, not fit to feed to a louse. Then she did the same thing to the other trolls' houses, leaving Faygo too foul for the other trolls' louses. It was a quarter to moonrise, all the trolls still in bed, all the trolls still asleep when she packed up her sled, packed it up with their presents, their weapons, their wrappings, their guns and their sickles, the abstracti and trappings. 10,000 feet up the side of Mount Circuit, she rode with her load to the tip-top to shirk it.
Blah blah to the trolls.
She was gleefully humming.
They're finding out now that no Gristmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their traps will hang open a second or two. Then the trolls of Alternia will all cry boo-hoo. That's a noise
Smirked the bitch.
that I've just got to hear.
She paused, and then put a hand to her ear. And she did hear a sound rising over the land. It started quite low, and then got quite grand. But this sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded quite glad. Every troll in Alternia, the small and the tall, was killing, without any presents at all. She hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same. And the bitch with her hair flapping free in the breeze cried,
I stole all the presents, all of them, jeez! It came without sickles, it came without lances, it came without knife shoes and awful death dances.
She puzzled and puzzled till her puzzler gave out, and then the bitch finally figured it out. Maybe Christmas, she thought, was not about tools. It was all about killing those low-blooded fools. And what happened then? Well, in Alternia, they say, Vriska's sociopathy was born on that day, and the true meaning of Christmas came through, and Vriska found the killing drive of 6 trolls, plus 2. And now that she'd figured out how to have fun, she picked up some weapons and set out on a run. With a smile in her soul, she descended to town to help prepare for the holiday beatdown. She rode through Alternia, she brought back their toys. She brought back the weapons to the troll girls and boys. She brought back their swords and their canes and their guns for all of the Luci and their daughters and sons. She brought everything back, even the food for the feast. And after the killing, she herself, the bitch, carved the murder beast. Now, wasn't that a lovely story? Now, quickly, get to bed. If Troll Santa discovers you awake, he'll messily disembowel you, and that would not be a good Christmas for anyone.